Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another computer test and repair possibly. It's a 2004 Dodge Ram 3500 coming from Idaho, Crown Automotive. This is your computer. Their concerns is crank no start, power in, no 5-volt out, no communication. I have the VIN number as the last digits as 103848, and it's a 5.9 liter Cummins engine, Cummins computer. This is so you can see the connection. Computer has been here for 3 days, and we're doing the test right now. So let me show you the information as I normally do. This is a picture that I just took of the computer and its note. Here we can see this is a CM848B computer. This is very unique number to that computer. And I now have made the original connection, so I can just plug it in, no more pin to pin. And those wires that are here, that goes onto the left side, those are going over to my meter, so we can see the sensor ground and the sensor voltage 5-volt reference that its concerns are, right? So crank no start, power in, no 5-volt reference, as it says in here, and no communication. So very quickly, just to show you that, I also have in the folder or my information in here with connections and other things that I have done or gathered for testing these computers completely. So wire diagrams and everything is in there. But let's go over to the test. So for these, I'm using the Autel Ultra in the meter. We can see the computer is powered up right now, and it has no 5-volt reference. We're reading 1 millivolt. So that's not even 1 volt, that's 1 millivolt. So there's absolutely nothing. So I don't think we will have any communication here. So let's go into American vehicles. We're going to go into Dodge. These computers don't usually do automatic connection here because the vehicle is not complete, right? So I know that, and so that's why we're doing this way. I'm going to do a manual selection. Everything seems to be very slow today. I don't know if, like yesterday, my TV didn't want to connect to YouTube. Very slow. The web pages were really slow in my computer. So I don't know if it's something on the electricity or what's going on. But even here, you saw how much it took this to just get the year. I don't know if it's the internet or what is going on. This is a 2004. It's a Dodge Ram. So did I pass it? Here, kind of weird to listen backwards. Okay, control module. And like I said, I don't suspect or think that we will have any communication, but I have to do this for the testing and reproducing the customer concerns. And after that, I will open the computer and see what we find. Very dirty. Dusty out, not so bad. At least it's not oily. It's going to try to establish communication to the entire vehicle. That's why it's taking a little longer, not just specifically to the computer. And not abnormal to take this long, especially since nothing is connected. I think it's kind of should be smarter, like 2-3 tries, but when they don't communicate, they keep trying and keep trying and keep trying to see if they can finally establish communication. Because sometimes the CAN bus network, or in this case the SPCI, I think is in this one, bus could be a little out of range, still able to talk, but the scanner tries to make that work, and that's why it takes a little longer. So if you're in the vehicle and you get no communication, try to manually go into each of the modules after you do what I'm doing. Just to see what you can communicate or not. That will help me help you. In this case, definitely diagnostics from Crown Automotive is right in the money. We can definitely see no 5-volt reference, and for what I can see right now, we have no communication. But I'll tell it looks like it's a little slow this morning. It hasn't wake up yet. Chris, Crown Automotive. This is your computer. Okay, device unable to communicate with the control unit. All right, so it couldn't communicate to the engine computer. As you see, I forgot that I selected, so it's very early for me as well. But all right, so we can definitely duplicate the concern. So let me open the computer and see what I see. I'm going to clean it first. I know normally I'm going to turn this off. I would like to remove things from my desk as far as wiring and all that, so I can work with more room. Let me take the ultra and the meter out. We're not going to need that, at least not for the opening of the computer. So I will just unplug this here. This was the wires that I was telling you that were going over to my meter, and you see this is so nice and easy because I have made these harnesses very easy to disconnect and connect, and I have made very specific harness for computers, for each computer. A little bit of water first. And I use just alcohol to clean the boards in here. I always have a little dirty rag that I use for that. You can see how the name is fading out because it's alcohol. And I don't expect, a person to clean this deep a computer, but if you have a module that is full of oil or grease or mud, please clean that out before you send it over, because this is a lab, it's not a mechanic shop, and that will stop me from working. I don't have a place like the shops do, where you can degrease components at that level. So please help me out, because if it's that dirty, I will probably just seal it back and send it back to you, because I cannot work in those modules here. Hopefully you understand that. Dirt or dust, definitely I can, as you can see, and that's what I'm trying to do that here. Because this is as much as I try to clean, and I have in the past sell customers that are from far away cleaning their modules, but please do take care of that your end, so I can without much time waste on cleaning something, start working in your module. So all right guys, let me open this up and I'll be right back. All right guys, just to show you a quick pic of how this computer looks inside, properly open. These computers are very dangerous to open by yourself, so please don't try that. Two things that can happen. First, this is, as you see, an aluminum sheet with a board that has been glued to it. So the more that you open this hinge area, it can crack. The second thing, and most often seen by me when somebody opens a computer, is they stick a screwdriver. The board is so close to the edge and they start ripping components out of the board or destroying the board itself. These are in here, you got like 1,000 little lines that connect this side of the board with this other side of the board, and you have the microprocessor in here, memory, RAM, and some other things. So if you start rupturing that thing, your computer will be deemed as not repairable garbage just because you open it up. I understand sometimes you want to take a look and see what you can find, but realistically you will not be able to repair it. So just leave that to us, the professionals, and your computer will be good. I always apply heat before opening the computer so it's more malleable and I don't create cracks into the board itself. Yeah, bending the edges is impossible not to do, but this will be back into a position. When I put it back by the same screw, I don't unbend it, because the more again you flex back and forth, cracks will happen into the aluminum case, and you don't want to do that. But yeah, so this is just a quick pick for you guys and for Crown Automotive. I'll be right back. All right, guys, the repairs are done. Let me see if we have now a working computer or not. I haven't even tested, so let's see. This goes to the connection, so you can see how quickly this is actually done with this harness that I have created. I connect my multimeter here. I have to bring the scanner back in here. And before I do that, let me put the meter on the screen, which I have turned everything off. And the meter is running. Come on, Hotel. Hurry up. Since I have this, let's power it on. If we have fiber reference, and we do. All right, that is a great sign. Crown Automotive, it looks like we have a completely repaired computer, but we'll see. We still got established communication. So I'm going over to the remote desktop, which is TeamViewer, so I can connect remotely, even though it's here, but like that I can give you the screen recording feature that you can see better. Like that we avoid reflections on the screen. We have that in there. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go into Dodge. I'm going to just do it here because sometimes that makes it crash. So we're going to get the mouse out of there. At least you can see it good. I'm not going to even do the reading of the bean because I know that doesn't work. And most of the times it doesn't work. But let's see if we can establish communication. Same thing. 2004. RAM. Okay. Been a long time. Perfect. Okay, so now we enter here. Let's see the ECU information. All right, we can see now that it's a 5.9 liter Cummins, and the diagnostic index doesn't really mean nothing in here for me. PCM part, not even two. Model year, yes. Let me see if in active test. This computer does not have being checked like the top down has. Well, let's go into live data, make sure that we read battery voltage at least, because I got nothing else connected. But we are in good terms. As far as now having the fiber reference and me able to read here, let me look for the voltage. Battery temperature, ECM battery voltage right here. And we're going to put that in a graph. Oh, that's not graph merge. Now let's show selected and put it in a graph. I always mix one scanner with the other one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change now the voltage in my power supply, 1 volt up. Why is that showing a graph? Because I can see these changes on here. What is it? That's a very weird scale. I don't know if you guys can see it in there, but it's showing like a 1023.84. So that is a very weird scale that Tabdon has set for this, which is weird. Let me do it here, because that looked like that scale was askew. Yeah, the voltage is changing. You can see it in the center of the screen, but the needles are not moving. Not sure why, but and it's the same thing. You see what? Look at the scale, 0 to 4096. So this is definitely an error that Altel has come with, because the scales are showing 4096. What is 4096? So this is a complete error. But we can see, I mean, at least in the screen, you can see now I have 13 volts. I'm going to go up. And now we have 14.31, go down, 13.31, go down, at 12.20, and I go back to 13 volts. So the computer is reading through the scanner. Oh, we can read the computer through the scanner, sorry, and everything is working good. So, Chris, your computer is now fully repaired. I will be contacting you shortly to collect payment and send this computer right away to you. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. If you're here, please don't forget to subscribe. I am very happy to be able to help a lot of customers. Right now, we are in 26 countries. There is a lot of countries sending me computer from everywhere. Obviously, my main market is United States and Canada. So thank you so much for supporting my business and my channel. If you subscribe, YouTube promotes more and more my videos, and as a small business, that helped me enormously. So thank you so much if you do so. If you have any computers you need to send for repairs, I'm going to put my website on the title of the video so you can copy and paste it and find me very quickly. In the main page of my website, there is all my information in there. Please email me or call me first so we can get going on what might be the problem that you have. If I need anything else from you before using the computer, use from a cluster, automotive or marine. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.